Number 5. Baited Podcast. The very first YouTube-related podcast that I encountered. Too bad I started watching it around episode 32, and it ended at episode 38. Yeah. Okay, nice. No, that's good. Clown and Keemstar struggled to be on the same podcast in 2020. So, realistically, what were the chances with the earlier versions of the two?
The only way that I would be a liar,
I don't get that at all.
The only way that I...
The dynamic between the hosts was great, and even if tensions really got out of hand more often than not, it was still cohesive enough that it stayed in the entertainment realm, and it did not bleed into my fucking ears territory.
The only way...
Also, I want to mention that, as far as I'm concerned, every combination of the hosts was great. Everyone involved with Baited did a great job, especially the artist, and the episodes were always good to awesome. All in all, I enjoyed the podcast for what it was, and hey, Baited inspired the creation of the Half-Baked podcast, which is also great, so in a way, the legacy lives on. Number 4. Dick Figures. Okay, now we enter the nostalgia section of the list. Besides Happy Tree Friends, Dick Figures was the first show from Monzo Media that I got into, and it quickly became my favorite. When I was younger, I was interested in stick figures content in general. Fights, games, skits, and everything in between. So basically, I discovered Dick Figures at the perfect moment. Goofy yet memorable characters, crazy over-the-top adventures, and the random comedy that still holds a special place in my heart to this day.
Le shit. Later, sucker! Oh snap, our brother's dead.
The show was definitely a product of its time, and looking back, some aspects were just... But 15-year-old me enjoyed it nonetheless, so that's why it's on the list. If you're in the market for some early to mid-2010s comedy, combined with the stick figure aesthetic, I highly recommend it. As far as the ending of the show as a whole, well, it had to end sooner or later. I'm glad there was no bad blood between the creators or a messy breakup or anything like that. It was just a show that had a very good run, and everyone involved with it simply moved on to other projects. And hey, we got over 50 episodes, some pretty decent songs, and a damn movie out of this whole thing. Much like Gravity Falls, I'd rather have the series end on a high note rather than it continuing and losing its Number 3. Your Favorite Martian. Oh boy, talking about cringing at your younger self. In all seriousness, Your Favorite Martian was a project that I enjoyed as a kid, and it's actually one of my earliest memories being on YouTube and browsing through videos. I'm not gonna stand here and pretend that these songs were masterpieces or anything like that. Especially these ones. However, this list is fully subjective, and I can't deny the fact that my 13-year-old brain got some real, actual enjoyment out of these songs. Oh, by the way, Alien and Zombie Love songs still hold up. I won't hear otherwise. It was raunchy, a bit all over the place, and borderline get this off my screen now in some cases, but I'm not gonna be ashamed with what I found entertaining in the past, and I also can't ignore the project that was the inspiration for this whole video. Looking back, Your Favorite Martian was, in a weird way, kind of the perfect introduction into the funny songs realm for me. Like, I'm pretty sure that if it wasn't for this project, I wouldn't have discovered such artists like Team Minchin, Weird Al, and most notably for me, Bo Burnham. Well, okay, it's not like I wouldn't have discovered them full stop, but YFM definitely helped speed up the process. Number 2. FPS Russia. The textbook definition of a simple idea executed perfectly. Professional Russian, plus guns, and that's all the information you need. I never was, I still am not, and most likely never will be interested in guns. But it would be a huge bold-faced lie if I said that I never enjoyed FPS Russia content. Balls to the wall, unapologetic, and content. There's no deeper meaning, hidden messages, or need for a deep dive into these videos. What you see is what you get. So take it for what it is and simply enjoy watching this dude blow stuff up. The reasons for which the show ended were very sad, and there were actual real-life consequences. Like, there wasn't any internet drama or minor disagreements behind the scenes or anything like that. But, if there is any solace, FPS Russia very much had an impact on everyone that watched the videos, and it was a huge success in the earlier days of YouTube. Number 1. Content Cop. You all knew this was coming. There are definitely better commentary videos out there. So strictly in terms of this category, I don't think that the Content Cop videos are the best. However, with that being said, in terms of notoriety, views, and entertainment, iDub still has the crown. Just as I mentioned, in terms of overall success and notoriety, this is by far the most well-known project on the entire list. But its number one spot also stems from the fact that it has a special significance to me personally. Content Cop was the series that introduced me to the commentary community. It was through these videos that my overall interest in internet culture and drama started, plus I learned about Grade A Under A, Leafy, Keemstar, Pyrocynical, which later became one of my favorite YouTubers, and many others. So yeah, Content Cop was the catalyst that made me realize that I just need a laptop, an internet connection, and I'm good as far as entertainment goes. Considering the fact that I hated drama for the majority of high school, and then all of a sudden I stumbled upon these Ian Guys' videos that made it seem like one of the most entertaining and interesting things in the world, yeah, it was a pretty fucking easy slam dunk as my favorite YouTuber project ever. And because of all this, I very much empathize with the sentiment that 2016 was the best year of YouTube. Thanks for watching and take care.